Leviathans. We hate and love them at the same time. There are many scary Leviathans already in Subnautica, but there are just as many concept arts for unreleased Leviathans, so today we take a look at the 10 coolest Leviathan concepts. Hey there and welcome back to another video. Just a quick disclaimer before the video starts. This video's ranking is only based on my personal opinion on how cool the concepts look, so you might not agree with it. Most of you probably have seen this concept art already. This is the whale-like creature and one of the earliest Subnautica concept arts. It's about as big as a sea dragon, but doesn't really look hostile. Perhaps reefbacks replaced this giant, or it was just scrapped altogether. Either way, it would definitely be scary to see one of these coming towards you out of the depths of the ocean. At number 9 we have a concept which is also very commonly seen, the giant sea turtle. It is gigantic but doesn't look hostile. Its bag reminds me of gasopods, but it could possibly also just be some eggs that the creature is carrying. It really looks like a mutated sea turtle, so maybe the yellow stuff would have been scarier. But coming in at number 8 is the concept art titled Cave Thing, so we can assume this creature would be found in grassy plateaus, sparse reef, and so on caves. It reminds me of a lobster with the two claws and the snail-like eyes. It might have been an early version of the rock puncher, which we'll feature later on in the list. But first, at number 7, we have a concept art which consists out of two pictures. First, we see a human holding onto a long creature in a biome that is similar to the twisty bridges or safe shallows. It seems to consist of two parts, a soft tail and a stone-like head. In the second picture, however, the creature is missing the head and has a giant mouth in its place. So maybe this serves a similar function to salamanders leaving behind a part of their tails in order to confuse predators. But that thing really looks like a predator to me, so that might not be true. It could also be two different creatures which depend on each other, similar to floaters. At number 6 we have another two-part concept art, this time of a big fluorescent creature. Personally, I think this is a predator, especially after seeing the second part with an open mouth. It is definitely scary, just imagine that thing coming at you from the dark. It would fit perfectly into the void, along with the ghost Leviathan, which looks pretty similar. Most of you probably know Sea Emperor concept art at number 5, but did you know that there was an early version of this? The Emperor was actually planned to have hands, and if you pay close attention, then you will notice that they are very similar to those of the sea dragon Leviathan. This makes sense, as the Emperor was originally supposed to be hostile, as seen in the cinematic trailers. The Sea Emperor was originally also supposed to be smaller than the Sea Dragon Leviathan, and if you compare the two concept arts, you can clearly see that. And at number 4 we have the Unknown Creature 2, which has squid-like tentacles and is also quite big. It could maybe have spawned in the grassy plateau caves or in holes in the dunes and jump out to grab and surprise its prey. It could also grab you with its tentacles and stun you, and then bring you to its nest for later use. And in the top 3 we have something that not everyone might agree on being a Leviathan, but I think it is big enough to be classified as one. The rock puncher was actually being developed with a model, animations and so on, but later sadly scrapped due to the removal of terraforming, which would completely defeat its purpose. Here you can also see a 3D model of the rock puncher and what it would have looked like if it was in the game. It would walk around and punch rocks, however I'm not exactly sure why it would do that. As you can see, it is definitely capable of destroying terrain with those hands, and you would definitely not want to get punched by those. And if you look at its face, it kinda reminds me of a Whopper. That might just be me, but maybe they even got inspired by the rock puncher. On the second place, we have one of the earliest concepts. This is one of the more classic Leviathans. As you can see, the Cyclops is still depicted with its old model and not even the size of the Leviathan's head. I'd say that this Leviathan is definitely hostile and could maybe be found in the void, where it would drag your Cyclops down into the abyss. I would not want to encounter this thing in the void or anywhere else on the map. I mean, I've heard of some people that have a fear of the ocean and play Subnautica, but if this thing was in, they would have a huge problem. They would not be the only ones having a problem, because if it had to, I am sure this thing could kill a sea dragon. It might not want to go to the lava zone because it doesn't really look like it's very resistant to heat, but it would definitely do if it had to. I also don't think it could live anywhere except in the void because it's just too big, but we never know. And I think it looks pretty similar to Cthulhu, which looks like this. I'm not sure if it was inspired by him, but I can definitely see some similarities. And my favorite Leviathan concept art is actually not just one, but these fan-made concepts. There are some really talented people out there making art, concepts and models related to Subnautica. For example, this black sand shark could be some form of mutated shark which got too close to the aurora's radiation and is now gigantic. It was drawn by Jason Dentoncraft, and the links to all artists are in the description. Nymphani, for example, made humanoid versions of the Reaper, Sea Dragon and Sea Emperor, as well as some of the fish, all of which look amazing. A user on the Unknown Worlds forum even made a 3D concept of the Native, a sentient species on planet 4546b. As you can see, it has some bands around its limbs and maybe some war paint on its body, which means it has to be pretty smart. It also has some of its limbs to hold stalker teeth, which it will use as tools. I would love to see some of these community creations in the game, maybe through mods. And to end this video, I have a rather scary concept art of an even scarier Reaper Leviathan. It was drawn by Christian2506, and this broken tusk would be 1.5 times the size of a normal Reaper and glow at night. Although it couldn't sneak up on you as easily, I wouldn't want that thing coming towards me or my Seamoth. Which of these do you like the most? Tell me in the comment section down below. Now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes. And as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!